Tony Rex up in here once again. This time I figured instead of doing a build video, since I am actually going to do the veteran Maelstrom arena, I'm going to do a quick run right now. I figured might as well stream and do it with the purpose of helping, you know, newer players out there. The reason why I'm doing this also is because some people, even though you might argue, you know, like, well, I can just do it in normal now, after the last update or the one before, if I'm correct. Maelstrom now, you can do, you know, you can do it in normal. And what we older players had to do in veteran to acquire the Maelstrom weapons, you know, the CP-160, endgame, whatever if you want to call it, Maelstrom restos or lightning staffs, or even the bows is something that, you know, I would consider endgame because you see those items, those particular sets very often in veteran trials, Nightblades or Stamina Templars or whatever, Sorcerers in the back bar using the Maelstrom bow. So it is relevant and viable sets, let's put it that way. Also the lightning staff, it's very commonly used still and relevant for particular trials or a general trial setup or even dungeons. So and one might argue, well, I can just do it in normal now, Tony, and yellow it out. That's okay. As I set up here, we're still setting up. I am right now in Northern Elsewhere. I'm about to make my way, make sure that everything is in correct. Veteran, let me repair. As I repair, you know, my armor, blah, 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 consumables, all of that, we'll go through the build, and then we'll start a quick veteran run. I titled this the Poorman's Magic Sorc. And the reason for that is because, you know, trying to find a flame staff of Mother Sorrow or farming the perfected falls, you know, set from Veteran Sunspire can be a little bit tedious or, you know, not viable for everybody, especially a lower level, you know, player or somebody that's just breaking in now into the CP-160s or CP-300s, whatever. To be honest with you, I would recommend, where's this merchant at? It's like, oh no, that's just somebody's merchant. Okay. There should be merchants around here. I mean, come on, game. There you go, blacksmith. Anyways, as I was saying, okay, we are repaired. Let's make sure our, you know, we'll go into the build in just a second, guys. I'm just making sure everything's in order. All right, so let's make our way into Maelstrom, veteran Maelstrom arena. So here's the thing. You know, once we go into the build, I'll go into why it's called the Poorman's Mag Sorc. But here's the thing with the Maelstrom weapons. This is just a perfect example. Maelstrom perfected lightning staff. Infuse, okay, yellowed out. You get the extra penetration. For example, I just got a two-handed recently, a maul. I transmuted that into infuse. You PvPers know what I'm going to do with that. I'm just going to go into PvP and test it out, right? I mean, maul is just, you know, really powerful, and now it's got the extra pen plus the, you know, critical rush bonus. So that might be a viable weapon for stamina, two-handed stamina builds in PvP or maybe Battlegrounds, I don't know. It depends. Or even IC, right? Open world, you know, PvP basically. So it's got good bonuses. It's just for PvE. You might argue and say, well, the pen is not that big of a deal. I don't know. I mean, the Maelstrom Resto has a little bit more crit, if I'm correct, right? So crit, it could help if you got any heals running on the back bar, right? So it just all depends, guys. It all depends. By the way, I'm telling you up front now, I got a little music on the background, but that's just from my phone. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Just to have some little background music, but hopefully I don't get any ads. I'm running it off of YouTube, so a little bit ghetto. But alright, so let's go into the build while I activate the quest, because I got to talk to this lady, whatever. And yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let her... Okay, so let's go into the build while we do this, guys. Alright, so this is why it's the Poorman's Magic Sorc. Usually you will have... Mother Sorrow is involved in most endgame, you know, builds right now, or most YouTubers or content creators out there, or, you know, people that, you know, theory craft. You know, you will see them, or top players, they're usually using the same, and there's a reason for that. They will be using Mother Sorrow, they will be using Falls, and then helmet and shoulder of their choice, or sometimes even, you know, they might be using, I don't have it on me right now, I think my Nightblade has it, but the Asylum Perfected staff as well, and then maybe do a little bit of a different setup. This is what I'm running that is more accessible to lower CP And realistically, with the damage you're going to be putting out, you know, you can do Maelstrom with CP 400, 450, 500, no problem. My younger brother, he even did Maelstrom even back in the day when it was harder and falls didn't even exist. It took him a week, but he did it at a CP 340. So it is doable, and especially with the Magical Sorcerer, which a lot of people consider easy mode. I specialize in Stamina Nightblades, Stamina characters, but most specifically Nightblades. And I've always said it, this is my opinion, it feels like we have to earn our Maelstrom veteran runs. We have to earn them, we have to block, we don't have to, you know, when to roll. You know, it just feels a little bit heavier on your shoulders. With a Magical Sorcerer, you basically pop a shield, have a pet or two out, whatever it is your build, right? You can run my build particularly is one pet. I mean, technically, when I throw the Atro out, it's another pet. It counts as a pet, or I think, right, towards the passives. But it's just one pet, you know, just that little guy right there. For trials, I would use the other one, the Twilight, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go into that in a little bit. For Maelstrom, that one is good enough. And let's just pick up the quest, and then we'll go into the build, guys. So pick up the quest. We are in Veteran Maelstrom Arena. Oh, my goodness. All right, so let's go into the character sheet first. Alright, so I'm running unbuffed. This is unbuffed. I have not done anything yet. Maximum magic at 34k. Let me make sure I'm in the proper bar. I'm in the flame staff. Okay, so I'm in the main bar. Maximum health 16k. Stamina 10k. I'm not even buffed. Let me see. Which mother? Okay, well, we got the consumable on. Okay, so those are the stats. Those, of course, will go higher once we buff. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. She's a high elf. I got penetration because when you're playing solo content, I would rather have that than the shadow for trials, because you already got the penetration coming from different multiple angles, like Alkush if the tank is running Alkush, or I don't know, and puncture and all of that other stuff, right? People running elemental drain, different things. Okay, so which mother? I'm running that. If I want to feel fancy, you can throw in, and you got, if you're balling like that. But again, this is a poor man's Magical Sorcerer. This is a little bit more accessible. If you can craft it yourself, I don't know how expensive this might be nowadays, but if you're in a guild, most likely there's somebody that can do it for you if you provide the mats, right? Here's the thing, Major Prophecy, that's always going to be on. I haven't buffed, and I'll explain that in a second why. And of course, your pet. Alright. So, let's go into the sets first, then skills, then CP, then we're going to start a quick run. Hopefully we can do a Flawless Conqueror. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, I am on the PS4. If you guys are watching from Xbox or PC, especially, which, if you're a PC player, why would you be watching console players? From what I understand, you guys are more elitist, and you are the, you know, you guys got the master, you know, PC or whatever, master, not console, but master platform. But anyways, you know, but for those watching, if you're in the PS4, I have good internet. It's just I've always lagged. I've always blue screen. This is gonna sound ridiculous, and some people might be, you know, might say like, Tony, that's freaking insane. No, I don't suck that bad, and you will see that I don't when we do the run right now. Okay, but I've always either lagged, blue screen, froze, and then reappeared dead, or something that has happened, or just, you know, skipping frames because it's a Cinemax game and it is ESO on console. You know, especially this last patch, which you've probably seen other YouTubers or content creators already. I've seen a couple of them touch on this subject. We are feeling the lag, not just in Cyrodiil, but even in PvE, even solo content, Maelstrom, there's a little bit of lag going on. And I know they're doing updates recently, even today, I think there was a small one, blah, blah, blah. But it's just bad, guys. So, I know this is going to sound insane and ridiculous, but I'm a day one PS4 launch, midnight release player, PS4 launch player. I have still yet to do Flawless Conqueror. The closest I've gotten is just I died once, and it's always that blue screen, that that skipping frames, freeze, and it just screws me over. It has nothing to do with my abilities or skills or my build. It just literally has to do, and it's not an excuse, with the game. I don't know if it's the internet. Like I said, I have good internet, so I apologize. Got to drink a little bit of water there. So it is what it is. Okay. So but I'm not here to show you that I can do flawless or palm my chest like, look, I'm overpowered. It's not about that. I just want to show more oriented to the low-level players that might not be able to get the perfected version of False right now, or maybe don't have the money to acquire Flame Staff of Mother Sorrow. I'm going to give you the poor man's build and a viable build, even if you're a 10 as well, and you feel like being cheap. And I'll explain why. Let's go into a character sheet real quick, or actually inventory. This is going to combine to what I'm saying. Remember when I said I used this instead of Clockwork City? This is just more viable. This I use for when I do DPS parses or, you know, just solo, just messing around. But this is for actual, you know, like solo content like vMA, blah, blah, blah. This is, or even dungeons. I won't send her to trials because it's just more of a solo build. Maybe dungeons. I can get away with that. But not for trials. For trials right now, I have my Magic and Eye Blade set up for that. I use regular pots. Trash pots. This is why it's part of the poor man's Magic Sorcerer. There's no, like, and you might say, well, wait, hold up, Tony. Where's your spell damage? Where's your critical? Where's your major this and that? Hold on, guys. There's a reason why I'm doing this. I just bought a stack of these. When I mean a stack, I mean 100. I don't know, you know, 200 is... Because some things are considered, 200 is considered a stack. Some things are 100 is a stack. I believe a stack, when it comes to essence of whatever, magic or stamina, is 100. Because after 100, you can't stack them up. You see what I mean? 100 is the limit for the trash pots, okay? If they're crafted, usually you can go up and stack them, so it will be a stack of 200, okay? So I use these if I find myself in a very tough situation or particular rounds, like the poison round. I touch some poison, and I gotta get to the green cleanse area. You will see that in the next couple of minutes here once we go into the actual run. But if not, I just use this, and to be honest with you, you don't even have to use them. That's how broken this build is right now. This is how good it is right now. Okay, so let's go into the build. For my staff, I am using Treasure Hunter. This is a unique one, I believe. The Quintus Exploding. I don't know if it's given by a quest or something. You farm this in the Vollenfell dungeon, okay? Maximum magic up, critical, damage on the 5th bonus, but then hold up, not just damage on the 5th bonus, a little bit of damage, you can domain your prophecy at all times, increasing your spell critical. So you don't have to get it out the pots. Now, Mother Sorrow might be more viable, but this is just another option. Get that mindset out of your head, because you might be watching and saying, well, Tony, why are you not going meta? This is a poor man's Magic Sorcerer build. It's an alternative that I'm giving you. I would be running Mother Sorrow. I would be running the Perfected Falls. Yes, of course. It's meta. Okay, it's best in slot. But those sets right now, I have farmed it. I got to continue farming them. I just not that big on farming. I mean, I already completed a perfected version. I just gave it to my Magic and Eye Blade. So because I don't have an extra set for another character, I'm using this alternative on my Max Sorc and to do VMA and solo content when I just want to have fun around playing solo. Okay? Or maybe throw Q in a dungeon or two, a daily. Okay? Back bar. You don't have to do this perfected, okay? But this build will help you get it if you're into that, if you want to get perfected. The normal one nowadays, guys, if you want to do the normal Maelstrom, you can do that as well. There's nothing wrong. Now, this is Flame on the front. Shock damage glyph. That's up to you. I mean, you can put whatever you like. Some people do different things. Precise for the crit. And then I have infused weapon damage and spell damage on the back bar. Okay? This is a lightning staff. The second bonus, your light and heavy attacks did an additional X amount damage to enemies in your wall of elements, which I do run. Helmet and shoulders, Ice Heart. This is what's gonna keep you alive, guys, in combination with your shields. Ice Heart is so good right now, and it also gives you that nice spell critical bonus. Second damage when you deal critical, which we're gonna be doing quite often, and it procs a lot, guys. I am not complaining about Ice Heart. It's procking quite often. It's really nice. You deal also that damage over time frost with the people, you know, to the people around you, the NPCs and the bosses, whatever, blah blah blah. Then it has a low cooldown, which I am not a fan of high cooldown, like 15, 20 seconds cooldown. That's just too much. You know, I mean, unless it's a really OP helmet and shoulder combination monster helm, I'd rather be low cooldown, you know, 5, 6 seconds-ish, you know, so it's not too bad. If you want to go more damage, you can always use, you know, Mob the Inferno is a very good option right now. But this is just going to on the safe side, to keep it on the safe side. 5-piece falls, okay? So I'm running Ice Heart, one for the Undaunted, of course, one heavy, one medium, everything else light, infused on the big pieces, well, except the legs. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can go all divines. I usually like at least 2 or 3 infused pieces, maybe 2. head and shoulder, head and chest, or chest and legs usually. It just happened to be that the head was infused, everything else divines, everything else magica, okay? If you're having trouble with your health, with your shooting or stamina, I don't know, we don't roll a lot or block. We have to block, of course, but we shouldn't be rolling a lot excessively because it's a magica character, okay? You depend and rely more on your shields, all right? So, you know, I just put all magica. And the character sheet bar, the stat, oh my god, I'm like, you know, I can't even get the words out right now. The character sheet, okay, with the stats, it looks fine. Once we buff up, we have enough max magica, max health to get you by this. You don't have to have a lot of max health. Remember, this is not for trials. It's vMA, and you have one pet helping you out, and shields, okay, guy, and also Ice Heart. So, False God. False, you get this. I'm not even running the perfected version. You can go, you know how many, like, Craglorn, in Craglorn, how many pugs are being done daily, or if you have a guild that runs normal Sunspire, just go with them. If you're above 160, start farming it, okay? False God on the body, spell crit, the third item, bonus, of course, Minor Slayer, you want that. That's why you want False as well. It's a good spell crit in the fourth. Fifth bonus, spell damage, but also reduces the cost, which this is major in the Magicka Sorcerer and all Magicka classes that consume so much Magicka. Before the patch where Elfbane and Sun got nerfed, or corrected, because it wasn't really a nerf, it was a correction. Elfbane should have never been, you know, affected in, you know, Sun, in my opinion. Cinemax let that slide for way too long, actually, because it was affecting PvP as well. But PvP, that's why the Magicka Dragonite, the last patch, was so overpowered, and the highest DPS, arguably, out there, besides the Necro. But then now the Magicka Nightblade took its place, and the Magicka Dragonite went down a couple of slots. Why? Because, you know, they had the Sand and Elfbane combination, then you would put False, and it was just like you had resources, you had damage, you had, like, you know, everything. It was just stupid. So, now I put this on my Max Sorc. Max Sorc is still very powerful as well, okay? My Max Sorc is always going to be up there in damage and all of that. So you get that reduction, and you get the Major Expedition if you need to run fast, which we also get from, you know, the Lightning Form, whatever it's called. We'll go into the skills in a second here, but that's always good to have. And you're going to be killing a lot of people. There's a certain combo, and you will see. I will show you as I go through the trial. I'll be explaining. It's basically heavy attack, freaking Soul Trap, and then, you know, it's just a certain way of killing the ads that you will always see the Magicka bar continuously keep itself at 100 or very high. The only problem that you might have sustain issues is when there's bosses that there's not a lot of ads, like the second round. Yeah, the second round with the 3 Dwemer, Atronachs, whatever, at the end. That can be a little bit heavy on your Magicka sustain, but it's okay. You will see what I'm talking about. It's not like you're gonna die, okay? You just gotta be wise and throw maybe 1 or 2 more extra heavy attacks in between. Okay, so Treasure Hunter. This is just how I have it set up, guys. You can do, you know, whatever. Spell damage in each. I would probably go Infused in here, or 1 Bloodthirsty. I just haven't transmuted yet. But this is the poor man's Max Sorc. Again, this is just go with what you have. All divines. Alright, let's go into this skills. Oh. I'm just kidding. Alright, let's go into the skills. Main bar. Let me put, because it's getting hot here, let me put the fan. Hopefully that doesn't interrupt or disturb the audio. You guys can hear me. But we got the Volatile Familiar. Like I said, when I go into trials, I will use this. But this is a solo build, right, for vMA. So that, I'm going to go quickly into it, guys. The Empowered Ward, that's the shield I'm using. I only use that on the front bar. Some people like double bar. I'm already at the point that if you're good enough or you got it down, you don't need to be running on both bars. You should be able to still, you know, keep your shields up on 1 bar and always be aware of your surroundings. Consuming Trap. This is major, guys, because look, this is gonna keep your sustain up and also put Magicka damage over time on the person, on the NPC. And when they die, if it's an NPC, you can, of course, refill an empty soul gem, heal for blah, 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 restore magic and stamina. So it stacks up with False, meaning your Magicka, that's why your sustain is going to be so high. Of course, we're going to be running Elemental Drain as well, but we'll go into the back bar in just a second. Crushing Shock. Why? Not the other version, the other morph. What's it called? Oh my goodness. I forgot the name of it. But we're running Crushing Shock for the Interrupt. and you set the person off balance, okay? There's a reason for that. In vMA, there's a lot of moments, if you're a Magicka character, that you might not have enough stamina, or you're drained, or whatever happens, that you can't get to the person and bash him, because they might be doing a mechanic that's gonna just one-shot you if you don't do that quickly. That's what we have to interrupt. Now, the only time the crushing shot can become a problem in vMA, or Maelstrom, is in the poison round with the last wave, the wave 5, the last boss, the final round, from the poison round, the last wave, I should say, because you don't want to interrupt him. That can throw the tempo of that round, the timing of that round, and you're going to make him enrage, okay? So there's a certain way to play that round. I'm going to show you in a second here. Crystal Fragments, needless to say, a lot of damage. And then Greater Storm Atro for particular scenarios. If not, you're going to be always running Thunderous Rage to kill most of the ads. To be honest with you guys, it is so much damage that I'm putting out for vMA, and so nice, the sustain, that I don't really need to throw ultis. I just throw them, depending on the scenario, when it's needed, in case of a scenario that I need to. Of course, if you're in the boss phase, you know, throw that Thunderous Rage on him. You know what I mean? Or the Greater Storm Atronach, depending on the scenario, because the Atronach will stun, you know, people around you, or immobilize them. Immobilize? Wait. Charge lightning, blah blah blah. Well, they only know this is the greater one. I'm sorry, he doesn't stun. He actually does more damage. Yeah, this is the greater one. But anyways, it just depends on the scenario. Just have wise judgment and know, you know, which one to throw in the particular scenario. Elemental Drain, needless to say, that stacks up with Falls and with Consuming Trap. It's a lot of Magicka regen that you're getting back your way, okay? Or Magicka Sustain. Wall of Elements. It's going to be Wall of Storms because it's an electric staff. Critical Surge. That's why we don't need no potions. Don't think I forgot about that. Well, is he getting his major sorcery from? Critical Surge. And then I got critical damage heals, which is a lot of crit, right? That we're going to have for X amount of health as well. So you got a little bit of heals as well. Boundless Storm to go faster, to have that extra, you know, and you become a walking AoE as well, chalk damage. You have the major resolve, blah, blah, blah. Spell resistance as well. And then, of course, you want to have your pet on both bars so you don't lose him. Okay, now let's go into CP. This is just how I have it, guys. You can, you know, most of the time, like I say, the green one and red ones are up to you. The blue ones is mainly the more critical ones, where it's most important. Elfborn, 56. Elemental damage, 64. Spell Erosion, with that in combination of other stuff that we have around, like Drain and, you know, you should be fine. You don't want to go over too much on the penetration cap, right? Staff Expert, Master of Arms, and then this is very important. I'm running Thaumaturge because of my damage over time and AoEs that I have. Especially will make my ulti very powerful. The one on the back bar. Okay, so I have that for this to throw them off balance. Is another extra 10%. You could run more pure damage and just go Master of Arms and don't go crazy on Thaumaturge. It's just I'm running that type of build. Okay, and you'll see that it works. It just does. I mean, when you see it, you'll be like, oh crap, okay, he is killing people like really an ass really quickly. Ironclad, Spell Shield. It's not a PvP build, so no need for resistance. You don't get crit by NPCs, okay? Or by PvE content, just players can crit each other. So no resistance there. Thick Skin, Hardy and Elemental, 11.10 each, percent. So 49 points each. 25 on Bastion, just a little bit stronger shields, okay? Since we're running 2 shields when, you know, we have a regular one as a sorcerer and the one Ice Heart gives you. Warlord, just a little bit of points. This is just the extra points that you're like, I put everything I needed, let's throw something else, the last couple of points. Then I would throw in Sprinter. That's why I got 6 in there, because sometimes you got to run to get a, you know, to close distance on a boss or do something, blah, blah, blah. Tenacity, Arcanist, and then ultimately Tumbling if we have to roll. Again, we shouldn't be rolling like maniacs. This is not a stamina build, okay? Alright, so that's the skills, CP. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Let's buff ourselves. Boom, there we go. And that's what it would look fully buffed, guys. 1360 on Magicka Recovery, spell damage 25. There are other things that I need to, like, let's see. Okay, almost 3k spell damage, okay? Almost 35k maximum Magicka. Almost 1400 Magicka Recovery. And the critical, the spell critical goes up. It's 64.5, but it goes up. It goes up, so trust me, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Alright, let me reset this. There we go, the music. Alright, so from now on, I'm not going to be talking as much. We're going to go into the actual run, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. You will see me speak when needed if there's something that I need to call out. Like, hey, for example, be aware of this or such and such, and or why I did a particular something that I did, okay? The first round is very easy. I might not talk as much during this round. Just, you know, watch and learn, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. We'll be back in a second. Actually, before we do that, I'll show you the combo that I do. So it's Soul Trap, Heavy Attack, and then Crushing Shock. And if, you know, there's a way of doing it, basically. I'll just throw the floors, Elemental Drain. Okay, Soul Trap, Heavy Attack, Crushing Shock. He's already dead. I don't even need to do anything. And then on top the Fragment, look at that damage. Look at the damage. They're just freaking dying. I don't have to do nothing. I could literally just stand here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, how he dies so quickly. You want to pop your crystal fragments. There, he's dead already. That's it. That's it. That's how easy it is. Magical bar, 100%. Well, 98. It's going to go up in the next couple of seconds. It's just so easy, guys. Just make sure you have your floors and buffs up at all the time. If you see that, you know an addict's going to come out of there. So I already start dropping Wall of Elements. Okay, so boom. Boom. Get that Magica back. Soul Trap, Crushing Shock, Light Attack. Boom, I don't even have to heavy attack ever, because if you see my bar, it's always continuously gonna be 100% most of the time, or very, very high, to the point where I don't need, you see what I mean? Like, I don't even need to throw Elemental Drain. That's how OP it is, guys. Very, very, very nice. I'll usually save the ulti for the boss, so I'm just saving it because I really don't even need it, to be honest with you. I don't need it, as you guys can tell. I'll just throw it here just so you see the damage that it does. Look how ridiculous it is. When that guy dies, the round is over, I think. Yep, that's it. I don't even have to do nothing. I could have just stand there looking at him, and he'll die by himself. So, you guys are already noticing the power of this build. So, and it's just so, you know, it's so easy to acquire. Okay, that guy needs to be interrupted. Never mind, he gets one shot. All right. Sometimes I'll, you know, because I'm talking right now, I'm not very good at multitasking. Like, I'm not doing the proper rotations because I'm talking to you guys as well. But, and you will notice because I threw a fragment out of time. I didn't time it correctly, okay? It should be always lighted up in like this pink-ish kind of color, and then you know it can be thrown automatically. You don't have to cast it. It can be thrown instant, is what I mean. So, alright, well, I'll shut up now, guys, and continue watching. I'll just talk when needed. Alright, see you in a little bit.
Come forth, my other self!
Alright guys, I'm back just for a second here. You might notice that sometimes I'm using the, for this round, the health pot instead of the magical one. The reason for that is because sometimes I feel more comfortable when I'm throwing my, since I don't need magicka because I know I'm gonna get a regen back. Because of falls, because of, you know, elemental drain, because of freaking soul trap and so many other things in combination that keep my sustain up. But the health though, if they catch me off guard without the shields or Brian Heart, oh my god, I'm thinking stamina. Ice Heart doesn't proc on the back bar, and I forgot to shield up. Sometimes it can happen to the best of us. Sometimes I'm just like, you know, I doze off. Because this build is so easy that you will doze off and you get like complacent. You know, you still gotta keep on your toes. You know, it's still okay here. You know, you'll see what I mean with the sustain issues here. I'll switch back to magicka pots because you can have some sustain issues here. I mean, they're gonna get destroyed, but because there's not that many ads, it's only 3 bosses, you want to have your sustain up. So you will notice me throw a couple more heavy attacks than usual on this particular phase. Okay. You can always, of course, throw elemental drain on all of them. Okay. And it's not like, see my magicka bar. This is the only time that it'll go down. So wait a second. We'll heavy attack on the back bar. Heavy attack, just heavy attack and crushing shock, fragment, which right now, if it's free to cast, why not shoot it, right? Let's put elemental drains on these guys right now, because we need it. There we go. And I'm gonna try to position them, all of them together, so that way they die when I throw the, you don't want to use Ultra Knock on this one, preferably you want to use freaking Storm, okay? So it hits all 3 of them. Okay, now we started doing that July 4th fireworks shooting up in the air. Okay. They all should have it. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So now they should start dying, okay? Yeah, I'm either laggy or something. I'm telling you, I'm either laggy or something because I should have like this skill, this one, the where you go electric. What's it called? And I shot it like 2 or 3 times already, and it just wouldn't, like, you know, recognize it, like it wouldn't register, like what's going on. But I don't know, that's just part of playing on console, and you know, we get used to the lag or skipping frames, whatever. Today's not too bad. Hopefully we can get away with a flawless conqueror. But I have a feeling that once we get to the poison round, we'll get screwed over, or the ice round, as it always does. Blue screen, freeze, and then all of a sudden you appear dead, blah blah blah. Okay, I usually will repair every 2 or 3 rounds and catch up on my weapons, make sure they're, you know, up to par. But really, realistically, I mean, unless you take a lot of damage, you really don't have to do it. I mean, you probably can do it like every 3 or 4. Before the poison round, I want to make sure I'm good, up to par. This one, guys, is not too hard, but here at the end, it's not necessarily a DPS race, but you want to make sure you burn the last boss quickly as well. This one I'll run health pots as well because there's going to be electricity on the water. You do not want to be standing there, okay? You want to be out of there when that happens. And then you will get slowed down by this, what are they called? The stranglers. So I always like to kill him when I see him ASAP, okay? Get destroyed. You too. Okay, there's the strangler. You see him? So, boom, boom, boom. Oh, he got one shot. He got one shot. That's what. Oh, the boss is out. I didn't even realize. See, we wanna save the what do you call it? The ulti for him. So as soon as I have it right there, and that'll take care of him. Make sure you shield up, and he's already dead. That's how powerful this build is, and it's the poor man's, you know, build. I don't even have Mother Sorrow right now. Can you believe that? I do have Falls. It ain't even perfected. Now, Ice Heart, guys, which I failed to mention when I was discussing the build. Where can you get that? That one you can get in Dire Frost. So you just got to go to Vet Dire Frost, and you can get that helmet, and then the shoulder, of course. Get some Undaunted keys. Whoa, buddy, calm down. Calm down. It's so easy, I'm telling you. It's freaking easy mode right now. Oh, he's dead. I didn't even realize. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay, that's the boss. Yeah. Look at his freaking life. That's a boss. That's a mini boss. Like, I mean, look how he died. I didn't even do nothing basically. I mean, I did something, but it just does it for me. Because it's that type of build. It's just easy mode. That's why I've always said I respect max Sorcs, but honestly, guys, when it comes to max Sorc or a stamina character, you have to. I mean, it's just not even arguable. You have to respect a stamina-based character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to earn your stuff with a stamina character. I mean, you cannot do this with. I mean, you can kind of do it. I could play my stamina blade, and you can still say, "Wow, Tony's OP in Maelstrom," but not like this though. Not to this level. I mean, I'm OP. Okay. I mean, I've been playing for a good amount of couple of years, but see, I'm getting distracted and almost died there. Let me keep on my toes. Talking too much, guys. Talking too much. But yeah, basically a stamina character. You have to earn your stuff. With this, it's just easy mode. It's just so easy. I don't have to do anything. Look at that's a boss right there. That's a mini boss. She's dead. I didn't do nothing. I literally had to do nothing. I just throw ulti. She's dead. So you want to time your ultis for the bosses or the mini bosses, especially ones that can become problematic. Okay, I probably messed up there. I should have used that on her, on the Lamia Queen. That is okay. We'll build ulti in just a second here, and we're still gonna kill her quite easily. Okay. Now we have to keep our sustain up until the other ads come out, because right now it's just a one-on-one fight. So once there we go. Now we can start getting sustain. Make sure we keep our sustain. Build our ulti. Oops. Never mind. I thought I messed up. I did not. Okay. Let me put just in case. That's a good thing with the pet. Now he kind of tanked her for a second there. That gives me an opening to keep attacking her. Oh, she's already done. She don't even know. She's already done. See here, I'll just throw that. I'll just throw that just so she dies. You know what I mean? Because he's already done. He'll probably finish her off. Yeah, he'll probably finish her off. There you go. It's too easy, man. It's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, stamina characters, you gotta earn your stuff. This is just too easy. This is easy mode. I've never played Necro yet. DPS. I've only tanked with a Necro. I got my Veteran Trials Necro tank, off tank. I've done Maelstrom with a Warden before. Dual Wield Bow. I've done it with Magic and Eye Blade, Magic Sorc. Of course, you're watching. Stamina and Eye Blade. What else? Dragon Knight, Magica, and Stamina. But to be honest with you, this is just the easiest, man. I mean, unless Necro, who's just more of a power, I don't know. But it's not even something arguable right now. Well, it's arguable if you're talking about, like, on how easy it is. As far as damage, the Magic and Eye Blade has the record. I don't know on PC or Xbox, on PS4, the NA server. The Magic and Eye Blade, the player with the highest score on MA all time, is the Magic and Eye Blade. Magic and Eye Blade is just overpowered right now. Sorcerers are good, but it's just, maybe 1,000 difference gap, just 1,000 gap in between the number 1 and the number 2 player. So I'm sorry, I'm talking gibberish. Between the number 1 Magic and Eye Blade and number 1 on the top list of all time vMA scoring, between the Sorcerer and the Nightblade, that's what I mean. So the Nightblade is only higher like by 800 points or maybe 1,000, not even, you know what I mean? So it's not that, that big of a deal, but still, Magic and Nightblade right now is not arguable. It's not like, well, Tony, maybe the Magic Sorcerer. No, no, no. Magic and Nightblade is number 1. That's all time VMA scoring. That's just the player that got the highest score is the Magic and Nightblade. That's just facts, okay? I'm not trying to be biased, it's just facts. So Max Sorc had its time, but eventually Magic and Nightblade, especially the last couple of patches, for PvE is just ridiculous. So, and the numbers do not lie. The record is still being held by the Magic and Eye Blade. Sorcerer is still good. Necro is good. You can always, complete it with any of them, of course, even stamina characters. But I'm just trying to tell you that Magica is OP. It's easier when you're doing Maelstrom. Why complicate your life if you can just go easy mode, right? If you're a new player. If you are like me, that you just love stamina characters and you just want to do it, you can. Maybe one day, eventually, I'll do one with a run with my Stamina and Eye Blade, and I'll show you guys how easy it is as well. But expect me to die at least maybe 1 or 2 extra times that I would with a Magic character. To be honest with you, on a Magic character, I'll probably will go flawless on this round. So we'll see, we'll see. Hopefully we can get that flawless. Hopefully we do not lag, right? If everything, the perfect storm happens today, we'll get that flawless. I know after 5 years playing, I don't have it. But, like I said, and I was explaining in the beginning, it has nothing to do with my skills, the build, or, you know, anything like that. It's just something out of my control. It just has to do with the lag. My internet is good as well. So this is one of those things. It's just a Cinemax thing. It's just an Elder Scrolls thing. I will get blue screen. I will freeze. I will skip frames. The game will just lag. And all of a sudden you appear dead, and you're like, whoa, what happened? I was doing everything proper and correctly. Well, you know, just die. It's Cinemax. Just die. Die by the lag. Die by the frames skipping. You know, it is what it is, guys. We're on console. Well, I'm gonna shut up for a second now. Just again, guys, those watching or that will watch, even though you're not, you know, right now maybe I don't know if the timing is off. You know, usually I'll have a couple of people watching. Right now we don't have anybody, which is okay. That's fine. Maybe people are working, blah blah blah. But I think I'm gonna throw this ulti just to get all these people. I'm really bad at multitasking. You know, I'd rather do content than actually live stream. Like I actually like edit video, prepare it, but actually live stream and talk at the same time. Ugh. Not good. You can get wrecked. Okay, so let's see. We got that boss over here. Not that he's gonna do anything. He's gonna die, but there we go. Let's pull into the Atro. I know he was still up. That's a good thing with the greater Atro. His uptime is almost like 20 or 30 seconds, something like that. So sometimes you're like, wait, hold up. I still got my Atro, and you look back and he's still there. It's like, yep. And he'll take care of business for you. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to talk anymore. Probably until the ice round, when whoa, he started off very violent. Usually he starts off with a little green safe area beneath him. Interesting. But yeah, once we get to the ice stage, I'll explain some things. Some people find that one to be complicated. To me, honestly, it's just a poison round. I don't find the ice one complicated. You just have to be on your toes. Okay. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Round 5, I believe, right? This is the ice stage. I am not going to be talking during this one. I'm just going to give you a heads up. What will happen is, in certain waves, especially the third one, this ice Atros will come out, 2 of them, back to back. you just gotta be on your toes. You gotta interrupt people when they're gonna throw an arrow that can hurt you, or you know, the casters from the Magicka casters, you know, like the sorcerers that are trying to like mess with you. Just be on your toes. Save your ultis for the proper, you know, scenario. Also, the troll that will break these icebergs, just cancel him with crushing shock, okay, from afar, and then get back to focusing on the ad that you need to be killing. If it's the ice ad troll, blah blah blah. At the end, the boss will take so much damage, and you will see what I mean because I saved the ulti for him. That he will go to like the I believe it is at 75%. He will break an iceberg. But he'll be getting so much damage that I might just skip it, and then he'll go directly into the next phase, which is 45, I believe. And then ultimately you have to kill him, because if not, he'll break the last iceberg. So I'm not going to talk as much because I need to concentrate on this one. But just watch, and again, just watch and learn, guys. For you guys that haven't done it, this is basically what it looks like on a Max Sorc, easy mode, Poorman's Max Sorc. Guys, we are back. We have got away with not dying on that round. It was really bad. I don't know if you guys noticed. I couldn't throw ultis. The shield, I was having to pop him twice and waste magicka because it wasn't registering properly. I just needed to make sure, hey, the shield is on. But that's just the thing we go through on console. That's what I'm saying. If sometimes it's just the game tries to screw with you. But anyways, we got past that. Woo! So from now on, it's smooth all the way to the poison round. If we get no death in the poison round, we might get just that flawless conqueror finally. So this one is pretty easy. Just keep in touch, keep on your toes, and make sure you know that the little spider that messes with you, that will try to like put the web on those, you kill it quickly. Usually your pet, this one will take care of that. Once you see it, it's like, oh, it's already dead, and you don't even have to worry about it. I'm not gonna talk because I need to focus through the rounds, but you'll see the pillars when they're yellow and you're getting rushed by the little spiderlings, whatever they're called, the red ones that are in rage. You just need to go to a yellow one and just wait till they go away. They go towards the yellow lighted up pillar, they'll disappear. There's going to be a lot of ads, different types of ads, blah blah blah. The end boss, you need to kill her as quickly as possible because she will get overpowered and the game will tell you she's imbued with power or something like that, whatever. But she'll die quickly. Again, Poorman's Magical Sorcerer for the win. So get ready guys, here we go. Okay, guys. So, infamous poison round. Um, what can I say? This is the one where we may lag, especially for some reason, and most people, this is just something that it's just facts. In forums, people, this is the one that they most complain about. Hopefully we do not lag. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll get blue screen and that'll mess the Flawless Conqueror. But if we get past this one, we're pretty much guaranteed a Flawless Conqueror unless something crazy happens. You know, server goes down or blue screen, lag, froze, skipping frames, Cinemax, sorry. Anyways, you know how it is. But this one, you want to save the ultis when the mini bosses come out, especially that big lizard one in the first or second round, I believe it is. You'll be seeing it here in the next couple of seconds. You want to avoid, I play, if you notice, going around in circles in the camera sometimes because I want to see my environment. Sometimes somebody's over there, the lady with the toxic that takes the whole stage and you know, puts like toxic all over the stage, the toxic cloud. You got to kill her ASAP. That'll be a very strong damage over time that will kill you if it's not checked. You need to kill her. So you got to have that on check really quickly. Check that one. Check ads. Check the guy, you know, I mean, you can interrupt them with crushing shock, so it's not too bad. That will charge the one-shot arrow, the archers. So there's a lot of stuff. The trolls should die quickly, but the lizard, you want to throw the ulti on him. And the last lizard, the boss, this is where he goes crazy. You cannot crush and shock him or you'll enrage him. You'll make it way tougher. Because what happens is you interrupt him, and then he's like, oh, I was supposed to scream. So now I'm going to scream at any random moment of time, but if it catches you off guard where you're trying to kill the poison lady or the other two mages that come out and he starts screaming and you're like, oh crap, he started screaming, it might be too late, and all it takes is half of a second for him to kill you with a scream. So you just got to be wise. What I do is I stop using crushing shock. I just light attack, fragment if I have it up. Anytime that I have fragment up, light attack, fragment, and you know, other damage over times until he eventually dies. I will interrupt him with crushing shock if he's already 20%, throw ulti, and I'm gonna execute. Otherwise, you have to be careful and just be wise, okay? Now, heads up, I might die in this round. Hopefully not. Let's not jinx it. If not, we'll get our flawless today. So here we go, guys. Like I said, it lagged. The green floors never came out. There was plenty of time for them to come out, at least one of them, because I took it like a whole minute or two before. But it's just the things that happen in Veteran Maelstrom. So it's either one or the other. It's just either lag or just glitches. I mean, God, I've been glitched in the final round, the one before that, the volcano one, where to the point where you could not. What was happening? Something was happening, like you couldn't bash the. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You couldn't bash. Last week I had a glitch where you couldn't bash the mages that get their hands up in the air and they start throwing the fire, blah blah blah. So that happened. So it's just little things that it does. You know, right now, for example, you guys saw me. I was popping shield, just trying to keep the health up as much as I could until the green floor came out. And it just didn't come out. It just never came out, and it had plenty of time to respawn. They shouldn't take a whole hour for them to come out. So it's just little things that you know can frustrate you. Just it's fine, you know, don't worry about it. Just keep at it. Eventually we'll get that flawless conqueror. But the point of the video is just for you to be able to, you know, do this, to actually pass Maelstrom in Veteran. So, not a bad thing. We're still going to have a high score, most likely. I've tried to avoid using the sigils unless totally needed. Sometimes I'll use it because, again, I'm just trying to, you know, do the, you know, pass it in bed, you know, just for the video purposes, right? So we're not trying to, like, you know, necessarily see right now, like, my health is going down. I think I'm afflicted. Okay, never mind. No, I'm not. This is kind of weird. Sometimes it'll do weird stuff like that. Alright, let's take care of this guy real quick. Okay, so the last lizard, last boss here will come out in just a second, so you will see me stop using Crushing Shock on him. You can still use it on the ad. Okay, well, let's start it with ulti, of course. Let's start it with ulti. We want to do that. Ooh, I used Crushing Shock by mistake. Actually, no, you can use it. You just can't use it when he's gonna scream. That's when you don't want to use it. Okay, now these guys are out. These people are out. Okay, there we go. So I have to, of course, stand here. And do not Crushing Shock. Just hit him from afar. Oh, look at that. That thing blew on us, didn't it? Yep. That's good. Now I'm going to have to improvise. I'm going to have to go into the green circle. I'm going to have to Crushing Shock him because they put the affliction on me, the poison affliction. So we just had to improvise. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not do that at all. But we have to do that. Now he's enraged. Now he could scream at any moment given enough time. And it throws off the whole timing and the tempo of the, you know, of the stage, right? So it's just there. He should not be screaming, but he did it. So because we interrupted him, that's the danger of interrupting him. Now he can like act all crazy, you know. Let's throw this right here. He might just die with that. Hopefully, he's still enraged, so you have to be careful of him. He might just scream at any moment, given enough time. So it's very dangerous to have him enraged like this. I think the ulti got him. Yep, ulti got him. Ulti for the win. So Atronach actually killed him. All right, well, that's what it is, guys. Unfortunately, we had that little lag there. The green circles never popped up correctly as they should. Otherwise, that would have been a flawless conqueror right there. But let's keep it going. Let's make sure from now on it's just a breeze. The last couple of rounds, unless we have some glitches go on, lag, blue screen, like I say, it should be, you know, pretty much easy. And just coast through the last couple of rounds. A good DPS, you know, you have great DPS when, and I'm not bashing anybody, you can always work on that, keep practicing your DPS, rotations, blah blah blah, but you'll know you have DPS, good DPS, when you start breaking the 3 crystals in one go. And I'll show you that, because that's what exactly what we're about to do when we reach the final boss. When you basically destroy all 3 crystals in one go, come back down, destroy the boss, you have the DPS needed to clear Veteran Maelstrom much easier, because I know it's a struggle when you first do it for the first time, and you see these people, because even I was asking myself that, like, how do they break the 3 crystals? I'm struggling breaking 1, coming back down, having to deal with the freaking Daedra and blah blah blah. You're supposed to break all 3 at once, come back down, annihilate the boss, and oh, see, there it is, interrupted. Okay, well, at least we don't have that glitch going on today. Perfect. So at least they can be interrupted. Last week I was not being able to interrupt them, and it screwed me from my flawless. So, you know, and it might sound like an excuse, guys, but honestly, Those of you that are on the PS4 server, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think unless you have like super, I'm talking like ultra good internet, and my internet is not that bad. You know, you're always, it's just a cinemax thing, the blue screens, the whole thing. It's just gonna happen all the time, you know. It's common on ESO. Oh, okay, let's go ult on this guy. Just get rid of him super quickly. That'll take care of him. Whoa! Calm down now, buddy. Calm down. Wow, what hit me? Okay, I don't know what that was. Alright. It's a good thing having the pet. She already is running like, you know, to aggro something, so you'll know that somebody's either gonna spawn there or something's going on there, you know what I'm saying? That's good. The pet usually tells you what's going on by the way they act. Like, they'll go to tank somebody already or try to aggro. See here, I'll switch to the electric staff on the back bar, heavy attack, and that'll take care of those beetles all at the same time. You have to be very careful with the people with this mages, whatever, that do the freaking fire thing. You have to cancel it, otherwise that will kill you. That's a very high damage over time that they do. Okay, here, let's break this quickly. I already have ulti for this guy ready. So, well, actually, I'll save it up. I'm not gonna break that pillar until I broke it. Never mind. We do have the ulti. Never mind. And he's dead. That ulti is just gonna annihilate him. So much powerful, like, it's so powerful. Alrighty. Easy mode. Poorman sorcerer. I wish I hadn't lagged in that poison round. This would have been a flawless right here, guys. Because right now, I'm not lagging. Now it feels like I can feel the difference. Like this round, just very smooth. You can feel it too. You know, okay, 3 guys will come out of here. You gotta keep on your toes. Keep track of that. You know, mage trying to do the fire thingy. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Like my friend says. Alright. I think this guy might do the fire thing. Let me just make sure I kill him before he even thinks about it. There she goes. I know you so well already. Now we got ulti, so we're gonna break this thing. Ooh, almost. No, he still hit me. Okay, as soon as I break it, and ulti, and die. Yep, easy as that. Just because it's a max sword. That's why. Easy as that. I'll have to do that. Alrighty. Alright. Let's continue, shall we? Yes, we shall. Die! Die! This ones need to be bashed. I'm about to do the fire thingy, so I gotta keep check on those. Hasn't done it. Okay, there she goes. And in a row. Get out of the way, mate. Freaking spider thingy. The way. Okay. Whoa! Gotta avoid that wrecking blow. That'll stun you and send you flying in the air. Okay, we got ulti ready. We're gonna save it for the boss. I always roll when I first come out because she does that. Usually I miss that. I mean, she'll miss, I should say, because I roll. Okay, there we go. Ulti, boom, she's gonna get freaking burned. Watch her life. Watch her health right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the power of the poor man's magic sword. So powerful. Whoa, she went out of the ulti. That was my mistake. I should have kept her in the ulti. That was my bad. Yeah, it's okay. Just go back. Ah, too easy. All too easy. Now I start off breaking these immediately. I'm talking like super quick, because the faster the better. But always leave one, at least one, until you destroy the mage, which will come out shortly here. The reason why I do this is because you can start breaking these and then attacking her, but then that mage will come out right now and then start doing the fire thing and one-shot you. So you have to, I'd rather, see what I'm saying? Man, they try to be so slick. They try to be so slick. They think they're slick. See, now I have all the time of the world to take care of her, and now I'm throwing ulti and everything I have on her. Try to take as much health off of her as possible. We might do it the first go, if not at least the second go. Wow, she's already at 40%, 30%. Yep. Okay, 30%. Awesome. Now I don't have to worry about that freaking little sorcerer guy or girl 2 flame atros will come out, but I don't think the mage will come out, so we probably can execute this boss right now. Nah, 1 came out. Let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Because I don't want to, and I need resources too, so let's play it safe. Let's have some magicka back at least. There we go. And now, let's take care of her. She's already dead. Yeah, she's dead. I don't know why I'm glitched, like my magic is just at 0 and won't go up. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, she's dead. Alright, on to the last one. Now, here I will repair, because the last round it's really 5 waves, but it's technically 6, because it's 5 and the last boss, which is its own round, per se, in itself, right? So, alright. Consumables. 1 hour left, okay, blah bitty blah, we are good, everything's repaired. See what I'm saying, guys? I'm not lying to you. I mean, it's not excuses, it's always something. It's either, you know, I lag, or the green circles did not reappear today at all after, like, you know, so much time. That was ridiculous. That's never happened to me before. That's a new one. So, you know, applauses for Cinemax. On the poison round, Fix, you had a shite, mates. But other than that, it would have been a flawless conquer. So, here we go, mates. I am not going to be talking. Just watch and observe. If, you know, any comments, any questions, I'll answer them at the end. Here we go. Alright guys, so we are going now into the last round. We'll cut off the music, now we're gonna get serious. Here's how you destroy the 3 crystals and do this you know, as efficient as possible. You want to start right away DPSing this guy super quick with everything that you have. Roll to avoid that, because the faster that you you know, DPS this guy, the faster that will happen. The portal for the little thing, the there you go, the little dinosaur thingy. Usually the Daedroth should not be coming out. I don't know why he came out so quickly. Usually takes a couple of seconds. I guess he's out, so we're gonna have to kill him. That's not the preferable way of doing it. Usually that's why we DPS the guy super quick. Anyways, up to the portal. Here we go, 3 crystals all at once. Preferably that's what you want to do, okay? You will have to sustain yourself, but remember, technically the crystal is not an NPC per se, but you will get resources by, you know, destroying one and so, right? If it has the soul trap on it and elemental drain, you get, you know, stuff from it. So just be careful. I am observing him and roll. You have to roll, okay? When he throws that, you have to roll. And he's gonna do it again, so be ready to roll a second time now. That's how he doesn't send you downstairs, okay? Before time. You don't want to be down there before time. Okay, you want to be behind this wall all the time, because otherwise it's gonna be some damage over time and he's gonna send you down. That is so bad right there. That's just very bad RNG. The thing was right in front of me, so, you know, what can you do? But we're still gonna destroy these crystals. Roll. You gotta save the stamina for that. And as soon as I come down, just for the you know, for the how do I say? Just for the purpose of beating this quickly, you don't have to do this. I'm just gonna do it because when I get this defense thingy, the sigil, now you're throwing all the damage back at him. So sigil of defense, sigil of power, and then just go crazy on him with damage, okay? I'm gonna shoot this right here so the ads are killed while we still attack the main boss. In a couple of seconds, the yellow thingies, there we go. We're gonna get him. Just always focus him. Don't worry about so much about the ads, okay? Just focus him, focus him. We have so much high DPS that none of the ads really like came out per se. You know, now we're gonna kill him because now we're gonna do the spectral explosion, and there we go. He's dead. Focus. Don't worry about the Daedroth. Just focus on him. All damage on him. DPS on him. DPS on him until he freaking dies. And that is it, guys. That is Maelstrom for you. He's basically dead. Oh, he should be dead. That's weird. That's so an ulti just to guarantee that he dies. Yeah, exactly. Okay. A little bit lag there at the end. I apologize for that. He should have been dead. Let's see what we got. That's Maelstrom for you. Okay, Maelstrom perfected at... Oh, this is the dual wield ones, not the one-handed shield. Okay, flurry. Okay. Sword and axe. Well, that's it. What's the score? Okay, didn't even break the 500k because we died that one time. I did use a bunch of sigils just for the purpose of showing you how to do it. There's nothing wrong with grabbing the sigils. If you're going for a high score, you don't want to, and you already master Maelstrom, of course, in veteran, you do not want to grab the sigils, and you want to do it as quickly as possible. The fastest time that you do it without grabbing any of the sigils, the highest score possible, and that's how you break into the, if you go here, you can see it, okay? Journal, achievements, I apologize, leaderboards. We'll go into, this is for the weekly, okay? I'm not ranked. Today is, what's today? Tuesday. Huh, there should be ranks, I don't know. Oh, this is glitch right now. He's not even telling you the all-time scores. Yeah, this is glitch right now. So usually there's going to be a list of players. It'll tell you the #1 player for that particular class. In general, like I said, and this is not something that you can argue, it's just facts. On the NA server for PS4, the Magicka Nightblade has the highest vMA completion score as of right now, followed by the Magicka either Necro or Sorcerer, I believe, and then, you know, Templar and so on and so on and so on. Usually DKs will be last, Wardens will be last because, you know, for VMA, like Nightblade, Sorcerer, and Necro are just too overpowered. And Templar is okay as well. So, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. So, this was an actual build with the actual run, both in one at the same time. So, hopefully you enjoyed and learned a couple of things. Sorry for the lag. I know we missed the poison round. I mean, there's some things that we just cannot control. At least we didn't get blue screen. We didn't skip frames that badly. We did lag like pretty bad a couple of times there. You know, we had the glitch with the green floor. you know, and we almost die again. I don't know if you guys realize, but I can tell because I'm the one playing. On the last round, if I don't throw that ulti, the guy should have been dead by the damage over time. Usually it just burns through him, right? And with everything that I was hitting him, but somehow he was still alive, and I just think something lagged. I just threw the ulti just to be on the safe side. He should have been dead, but but whatever. You know, maybe I was throwing a couple of skills. They didn't register. Maybe I think I'm throwing, you know, 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and then actually I just threw like a 1, 2 instead of doing the third, you know, skill or part of that combo. But anyways, no excuses. We'll get that flawless eventually, guys. I might do, if there's enough requests after you guys see this, if there's more like stamina-oriented players out there that want to see the stamina Nightblade run, how I run it on veteran, with either the Red Guard or a Wood Elf. Right now I'm using Wood Elf. My Red Guard stamina Nightblade I left solely for trials, but I can set her up for Maelstrom as well. Just switch up some, you know, sets and put them on her and maybe move CP allocation. But right now I'm using my Wood Elf, and it's good as well. Usually with her I'll die at least once or twice, because with stamina there's always, you know, there's just things you don't have a shield. So if something like this happens on the poison round where you glitch out today, you're basically dead on a stamina character. Vigor's not gonna heal you to do that heavy strong poison damage over time on the poison, you know, stage. So it's just things like that. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Tony Rex out, and till next time, see you guys.